Okay. Let's go on the record. This is, excuse me. This is a local public hearing in the case of Confluence River's request for a general rate case. That is file number WR-2023-0006. Today is June 16th, 2023. I would ask everyone to please mute themselves unless they are speaking. That'll cut down on the audio feedback. I'd also like to note for the record, we have 4 commissioners currently in attendance and are expecting the 5th. We have in attendance Commissioners Maida Coleman, Jason Holzman, Glenn Kolkmeyer, and Kayla Hahn. I will announce when the chairman arrives as well.
Commissioner Roop has arrived.
Thank you, Chairman. For the record, we'll note that Chairman Roop has joined us. There are 5 commissioners. They are appointed by the governor and confirmed by the Senate. The commissioners employ a staff of engineers, accountants, attorneys, financial analysts, and other specialists in the field of utility regulation. My name is Charles Hatcher. I am the regulatory law judge and will preside over this hearing. This is an official hearing of the Missouri Public Service Commission, and the statements and testimony of witnesses will be recorded by a court reporter and are given under oath. The commissioners have not made any decisions in this case and cannot answer any questions today because they do have to remain impartial until all of the evidence is presented. Let's go ahead and start with entries of appearance for counsel. Confluence.
Thank you, Your Honor, and good afternoon, Commissioners. David Woodsmall on behalf of Confluence Rivers.
Thank you, Mr. Woodsmall, and for staff.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Eric Vandergriff, representing staff for the Missouri Public Service Commission.
Thank you, Mr. Vandergriff, and Mr. Kleiser.
John Kleiser on behalf of the Missouri Office of Public Counsel. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Now, I just want to explain real briefly before we get started. The process is going to be, I'm going to call the names that I have on my list, and then after that, I will ask if anyone in the audience would also like to testify. So if you didn't sign up, not to worry. We're going to offer that to you again. I only have one name on the list, so we'll get right to it. John France. If John France can speak up. If you're on a phone, to unmute, you press *6. John France. Well, that's okay. Sometimes that happens, or they might be hung up on the phone trying to get unmuted still. Are there any other persons in attendance who would like to offer their comments to the commissioners? Yes, I have a hand raised. Please go ahead. Ms. Harrington.
Yes, hi. Good afternoon. Thank you. I registered online. I don't know what happened.
First, let me swear you in again.
Yes.
Ms. Harrington, do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do so swear.
Thank you. And for our court reporter, the name is Lynnette.
And I'll clarify that. My full legal name is Elaine Lynette Harrington.
Thank you, Ms. Harrington. If you'd like to go ahead, please.
All right. So in offering my opinion, how it affects me and whether or not I support, first of all, in my opinion, after listening to the answers today, previously in our informal meeting, primarily those answers came from Mr. Josiah Cox, and I hear a lot of vague statistics. I hear him telling us how we're paying so much less than everybody else in the country. I hear him also telling us, yes, we do need this. I hear him telling us that we can expect future increases, future surprises. I hear him telling us that those of us who are not on a meter, that's going to be added cost. I hear him telling us what I'm hearing him telling us is that we should not object to this rate increase that he's requesting because the improvements needed are what we have to pay in order to get the water we need. The problem I see with that is that he's not telling us, yes, the yacht is expensive. Diamonds are expensive. This is what you need to pay. He's telling us the subsistence of life, water itself, is going to be expensive, and we want you to pay. What concerns me is there's no way to equitably distribute the actual cost. I'm a single retiree on a fixed income. I'm a formal employee of the Internal Revenue Service, United States Treasury Department. I planned my life. I moved here from Oregon after 48 years. Thought I had it planned, bought a place in Missouri to be next to my kids, Glen Meadows Estates. And suddenly I find that the initial proposal of the increases to my water and sewer, 144% for water, 201% for sewer, will in essence constitute an increase to the point where it's half of my food budget for the month. I'm looking at the future. I just moved here to retire and join the community, return to my home ground in Missouri. And now I'm faced with the devastation of an unknown wrecking ball in the future in terms of finances. I understand it's needed. I understand it's costly. What I don't understand is why we don't have options. Water is a basic necessity for life, to equitably distribute that cost. And I don't understand why private investor-owned management with profit as the primary motive. Oh, there's some humanitarian comments of how they want to help us. But bottom line, it's an investor-owned company. Investors have to have profit. That's their purpose. That's their primary purpose, is profit. Those of us, we understand today, who are using very, very little water will be asked to pay for those who are using a lot of water, big families equally. We understand that we'll be paying not only for what has been and what is now, but the cost that will be in the future. The cost is spread out, and his comment was that, yes, you're going to be helping contribute to the cost. Well, if we're contributing to the cost unequally, and the cost is at a rate of, I heard today, 100, 200, 3% of what we're now paying, it doesn't keep up with the wages. Some wages only increase. I experienced personally in the federal government an increase of not even 1% a year for a stretch of time. Some people say they will have a 3% wage increase, others more. It doesn't keep up. Our wages won't keep up with this unknown future just to have water to survive. I believe then that this affects many of us in one way or another financially, but some of us, it affects in an unfair manner. Those of us who are living on fixed income, maybe disabled, maybe retired. It affects many, many people, not equally, but it does affect them. And for that reason, I do not support a request to raise the cost that we're paying for water and sewer, or just sewer in some cases, at this exorbitantly high rate. I believe there have to be some other options that are more tenable to us in being able to live and survive and exist for life and liberty in the great state of Missouri. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Harrington. I appreciate your comments. Are there any commissioner questions for Ms. Harrington? Okay, hearing none, Ms. Harrington, thank you again. We'll call again our one witness on our list, John France. If there's a John France, go ahead and speak up. It's *6 to unmute if you are on the phone. Okay, otherwise I'll call if there's any other witnesses, any other customers that would like to speak up. Otherwise, we'll be closing this hearing in the next couple minutes. Just fair warning. Okay, I'll call for John France one last time. And one last time for anyone in the audience that would like to speak up. Okay, that'll bring our hearing today, public hearing, to a close. Are there any comments from the commissioners?
No, Judge, just thank you for a well-run hearing.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, commissioners. And I would also like to thank all of our participants, whether they spoke up or not today, taking time out of their day to be here. If you do have additional comments, you were too shy to make comments, or you know someone who would like to make comments, the commission will be still accepting written comments in this case. You can go right to the PSC's home webpage. That's psc.mo.gov. And in the upper right-hand corner, there will be a link that says submit your comments. Just make sure and reference this file number. It ends in 0006. The number is WR-2023-0006. If you'd like to contact the Office of the Public Counsel, their email is mopco@opc.mo.gov. That's mopco@opc.mo.gov. And if you need to get a hold of Confluence Rivers, their customer number is toll-free 866-945-3920. Thank you all for your attendance. We are adjourned. Let's go off the record.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you all. Thank you, commissioners. Thanks, Bev.
Thank you. Hey, Judge, can you tell me how Mr. France spells his last name?
Common spelling, same as the country.
Okay, thank you. Have a good
Thanks,
day.
Bev. You
Okay.
too. I'll see you
Bye.
guys.